Yes. Hello, everybody. Under the sound of my voice, I am VA Verse. Across from me, as usual, it's my beautiful, wonderful, smiling wife, Z.
You're listening to For Better or For Worse. Hey, guys.
What's up, y'all? What's up, cuzzos? We here, back. We in SDR Studios right now, and we chilling with our favorite couple of all time.
Well.
What's up, y'all?
Folk and Lady Tay.
Ricky T, Lady Tay 80.
Yes, the throwers are in the building.
Hey.
The hosts of What's in Your Cup podcast, and our friends, our very good, near, dear friends.
For sure.
Our hearts.
So what's up, guys?
Man, chilling.
What's up?
Raggy, man, been waiting. Been waiting to do this one.
We're all nice and full, ready to get it going.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, we had a nice little meal.
Yeah.
Bomb macaroni and cheese.
Bomb barbecue
Chicken.
Or even play. Little potluck, little podcast potluck.
It was Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We should do Friendsgiving next year.
I like
Bam.
that.
That's cool. So, what's new with you guys?
Shoot.
Nothing.
Same old.
Work.
Working kids.
Right,
Working
slave.
children.
That is facts.
Working children.
I know exactly what you guys mean. So, shout out to our listeners, foreign and domestic.
Shouts.
We appreciate you guys all.
Appreciate
that
all
listening
of
to our show. Shout out to everybody that saw us in person and decided to tell us that they listened to the episode where we argued.
Yes. You know what? I've never had so many people come up and be like, "So we heard y'all."
I was like,
We're like, "Ooh,
like,
yeah."
you had to back off a fam, dog. You had to back off a fam.
Oh, see, here you go with the slides again. Should have known. Flip flop.
I did. I was like, dang.
Again. That was not my fault.
I had your back.
Yeah, you did, as usual.
My G, that's my G.
Whatever. You know, I did have some kind of loyalty. I did introduce y'all.
Yeah,
like,
true.
I just no loyalty.
True.
I just be by myself.
No, that's not true.
Facts.
That's not true.
But yes, I have had so many people. They just be like, "So we heard the episode. We heard it a couple times."
Couple times.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. That was crazy. But it was a good episode.
It was.
We talked.
I mean, once
we
you got out of
argued,
your feelings, it was a good episode.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Y'all talked it out.
Yeah, we talked it out.
Yep.
I think it was very mature. It wasn't no yelling or nothing.
We
very
might
mature.
need to go to the mics whenever we like get into a deal. Hold on.
You know what we
I'm gonna
did?
turn these mics on so we can speak peacefully.
So the
We
people-
was
This out right now.
disagreeing about something. I was just like, "You want to take it to the podcast?"
Look, it's gonna be some more of them.
Yeah.
So today's episode, I've been eager myself to have some discussions with Simone, just as a man talking to a woman about a popular trending phrase nowadays: toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. I wanted to dive deep into it and kind of talk, about some of those things. We're going to do that a little later, and we're also going to talk about T.I. and his comments about his daughter Deja. We're also going to talk about Alicia Keys and her comments about her son, which has been, it's crazy. It's like it's just been happening. These two things happen, and this was when we wanted to talk about this subject. So we'll talk about that a little later, and I think it's a good thing that we're going to have you guys, so another male's perspective, another lady's perspective on those topics.
Bet.
So, but in the meantime, in between time, to warm everything up, I guess we're going to play a little game. Am I right,
Yes,
Z?
that we kicked it off first with the Hoyers, and we liked it, so we're going to play another game of the Newlywed Game.
It's called Who You With.
Who you
Is
with?
that what it's called?
Who you with?
That's what we're gonna call?
Like, who you with? Who's the person you with? We're going to ask you questions about, I don't know. I
Okay,
just
Who
say
you with?
All right, that's what it's gonna be.
That's the name of it.
Real up in
I
here.
like
Of
it.
Who you with?
I like it.
Real
Yeah,
up
you're
in
right.
her.
We're going to have to get the little Bernie Mac.
Who you with?
Yes. So another round of Who You With, and everybody ready? Everybody got their cards?
Got my card.
Yes.
Okay, so we asked questions before we started, and we put our answers down. So,
when we ask the question, I'm sorry to interrupt you. When we ask the question, then the person will answer, and then the other person will show their answer.
Will show
to see
their
if they
answer.
match.
yes.
Right.
So we got folk, aka Ricky, gonna have Lady Tay's. Lady Tay's gonna have folk. I'm gonna have verse. Verse gonna have mine. All right. So the first question was Ricky and Lady Tay. What song is your spouse's favorite song to dance to?
When you guys start,
I go.
Folk.
give your answer.
Oh wait. She has who?
So he would have to say what his favorite song is to dance to, and then
She would answer it, and then he would turn over his card.
Well, yes, okay. So she would have to say
so
what her
either
favorite
way.
song.
Yeah, she's gonna go first.
Yes.
Oh, so what's my favorite song to dance to?
Yes.
Is the Wobble.
Damn.
He was like, damn.
I didn't
I
think
know
about
what
the
you
one.
put too. I
you
know
got?
what you put.
7 days in sunny
I
June.
know you.
7 days in the sun?
7 days
in sunny June.
in sunny June.
It's
Yeah.
by Jamiroquai. I don't dance to that song.
Well, you
I
can
like
dance
that
to
song.
it a
I'm going to
little
have to look
bit.
that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess when I think about it, I should have known the damn wobble. Because every time we play it, everybody in the party
Everybody
jump
look
up.
at me.
And because they know she going to do
They're
it.
like, oh, that's the only song she gonna get up and dance to, so we better play it.
I should have
You
known
better
that.
play it.
I whiffed on that one.
All right.
But mine is R. Kelly, Happy People.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said California Love.
I mean,
You know what? I asked this question, and I have no idea what is my favorite song to dance to. Like, I have no. Well, there is this one. I don't know the name of it. It's this one song that Leah always plays in the car, and I have no idea what the name of it. But I be getting down to it every single time. But I have no idea off the top of my head what is my song to dance to, unless I would do. Ain't That Type of Hype?
Oh,
Ain't that type of hunt?
That's
Yo,
a shit,
yo.
though.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
So I mean that's one off the top of my head, but I really don't know. So what did you say? Okay, that's my answer. Yes, it is Cash Money Records for the 99 of 2000. Okay, first of all, I feel so embarrassed because that is my if that come on. Okay, story. So Aaliyah was having a dance, and I told her that I wanted to chaperone her dance, and so she was like, "No, because she gonna dance that." Because I can't hear music and not at least two steps.
exactly.
I can't. It doesn't work.
Exactly.
So I was like, Aaliyah, if they not saying Cash Money Records for the 99 and 2000, if you hear that, I'm somewhere in the corner embarrassing you. I'm just on a handstand. Like, that's what I'm doing. I was like, but if they're not doing that, I'm cool. So I'm so sorry. You are absolutely right. If that song come on, that is it.
Yeah.
that's your
Yeah.
ringtone from now on.
Yeah.
That's your ringtone.
That is my jam. Hands are automatically on these. Shoulders is going. I'm telling you. So you know what? You get that one.
Hey, that song was hot though.
Yeah.
That was a hot song.
Yeah.
boy.
I think that song is hotter now that I'm old.
Yeah.
Okay, what is yours?
Excuse me. This one was kind of rough. I guess I couldn't really think of the one, but this is the one that comes to mind as my favorite one, and I'd have to say "Freeze" by T-Pain.
Seriously?
I don't. That's the only one I could think about. Like, if you played it, like, I would really literally try to pop lock it. Like,
Well, I picked two. I did "Ain't That Type of Hype" and "Midas Touch."
Midas Touch.
Yes. Every time that come on, you
Nice.
be getting it.
You know what?
Nice.
Midas Touch might be the one. Midas Touch might be the one. Okay.
Okay. I cannot believe I forgot about 99. Like, I'm just so shamed right now. Okay. So if your spouse was to be annoyed with you, what most likely would it be of? So what would you have done? Ricky?
Oh, me?
You? Yes.
I will say, because she always be like, you fine. Like, she always say that, and I'll be like, I do all right.
I get somebody. Damn.
I'm all right.
I do all right for myself.
I'm good. I'm acceptable.
I'm passable.
I'm passable.
I'm passable. I hate your damn husband.
I be hating that too. I just be like, I'm like, you look real good over there. He's just like, don't nobody want me but you. That is not true, for one.
Exactly. And I told him, I was like, you know them hottie McThotties.
And they do.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's my. Hold on. I be hearing that. I be like, Ricky, go sit your ass down. He know, because as soon as I start setting up, he be like, what? Sit down. So what was the answer?
See, I think I did it wrong.
You think you did it wrong?
Yeah.
You think you wrote down
What annoys you about me?
Oh, see, so you wrote. I know what you wrote then.
Do you want to save the answer?
What is that?
Well. So you got to do mine first. You got to show what you thought.
What I thought.
That you would say.
Well, yeah, what you said.
Yeah, so I got that one. So now you're supposed to pick what I would say.
Oh,
But don't you have to say it first, and then she has to flip over her card. Or
what?
I'm confused now.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on?
What? Okay, you have to answer what I would.
What
What
you would
I do that annoys you.
Oh, I wrote it down wrong then.
Okay.
So
No, I
then,
thought it was the other way too. I thought it was what I would do that annoys you.
No, it's what I
What would
do.
he say that I do that annoys him? Right?
Yes.
and that's supposed to be what she writes.
If Verse is annoyed, I would say, okay, well, he's annoyed at me because
I did blah blah.
I
blah.
did blah blah blah.
Yeah, so you wrote it wrong.
I wrote it wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote it wrong.
Okay.
Well,
What-
I know that when she's singing, she's singing this certain way, and I'd be like, what?
If she's singing in a certain way, like she has to sing
And
it the way.
She know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we don't know.
Oh,
Somebody explain.
Okay, so, but you're right.
But she be singing, she'll be like,
okay, this is what happens. We'll get in the bed. We about to go to sleep. And
about to go to sleep.
About to go to sleep. Not sleep yet. Not even like drifting off yet. And so,
But still trying to go to sleep.
You know, getting relaxed or whatever. So then he'll put his arm out, and I like squeeze in there, and I'll start singing to him. And I'll be like, he was like, no, get away from me. Get off.
Is it just the fact that you're singing?
It's the fact that I'm singing like that.
It's the way. It's not because she's singing.
I'll
but
break
it's
it down
the
like
way.
Luther.
That shit annoys me.
Is that what it was?
I'm trying to go to sleep. See, I knew it. Well, I wrote the wrong one.
So what'd you write?
I wrote singing because I wrote what I thought the other answer, the other way.
Right, because I do. That does annoy me when you be like, I'm all right.
Yeah, but I didn't. I wrote the wrong answer. So
I'm doable.
Okay, you want to go?
Say yours first.
Me first? Okay, so if I'm annoyed with you, what would I be annoyed about? Is that what I'm answering? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This question's
I'm
kind
like,
of
confusing.
if I'm annoyed with you, most likely, I don't know, because like I was talking to folk the other day, I get annoyed by so much stuff. It could be, I don't know, it could be that you didn't take out the trash like I asked. I would say take out the trash because it makes the house stink. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you put?
I have not communicating.
Yes, facts.
yes.
Yes, that is a big pet peeve.
Yeah. You don't like that.
Okay, so what's yours?
If I'm annoyed with you, it'll probably be because you being an asshole.
Because I'm being mean to you.
Yeah.
Well, I put because he doesn't think I'm listening to him.
Oh, I mean that's Past annoyance.
But I be listening though. Like, you don't understand when you just not listening to me. And I just be like, I heard everything you said.
Nah, that's a little past annoyance right there.
Okay, number 3. What age did your spouse lose their virginity?
Dun, dun, dun.
Y'all go first?
Yeah, we can go first.
15.
That's what age went. You lost yours?
Did I lost mine?
Yeah.
Oh, that she. Oh.
No. You say what yours is.
I say what mine
Yes.
is.
She's supposed to.
Okay.
And you're supposed to.
Right. Okay, I got this one right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
15.
15. I said 16.
Oh shit.
And what was yours?
19.
19. Finally got one.
Good job.
Finally got one.
I had so much trouble with this. I was like, burst a little fast ass. I was like, I don't even know. What was it?
16.
Damn, I put 13.
Oh.
I told you, I was just like, how young?
Dang. 13. 18. Oh, sorry. You were supposed to say.
It was 17.
Oh, it's 17?
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
17. I was almost 8. I thought I was like a month before my 18th birthday.
It's like I'm almost grown.
All right.
Turn.
Number 4. If you were cleaning out the closet, what item of your spouse's would you throw away if you could?
So what I would throw away would be shoes.
She like, you disrespectful.
Yeah. Mine, I would throw away your holy jeans.
Oh, I put underwear.
Did you put shoes? Okay.
Yeah.
What I would throw away of yours? Your holy ass pajama shirts.
First of all, them bitches is very comfortable.
Would you write?
Oh, I put what I would throw away of yours.
Oh, it's supposed to be the.
Oh,
other way around.
okay. Well, yeah, you're right. But I put what I would throw away that's yours. What do you think I would throw away that's yours?
Holy draws.
Yeah.
No, that damn red jersey. I would
The
torch
LeBron
that
jersey?
bitch. I would torch. I would
Why?
set it on
I
fire.
don't even wear it no more.
But you used to all the time. If you lounging around, if I come in the house, you got that jersey, I'm like, he ain't going nowhere.
That's messed up.
Is that the Heat jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's messed up. I like that jersey.
I know you do.
I don't even wear it no more though.
Thank the Lord. Do you even know where it's at?
Mine.
Yes, I do. And I'm about to pull it back out.
No, you're not. No, you're
About to
not.
bring it back to life.
Bringing it back.
Crazy.
Okay, so last question.
LeBron jersey.
What is your spouse's most repeated phrase in general, or the one that you wish that they would stop saying?
Okay. I don't have a clue with this one. Honestly.
So what's the phrase that you say all the time?
Big dog? I call everybody big dog? No?
Okay,
Who
so
was
what'd
it?
you put?
I'd be like, you be like, something from
Oh.
He said what?
from hood.
Front hood?
So, okay, so I grew up in Compton in the hood called Front Hood. And when people get mad, like back in the day, like when the OGs used to get mad,
They be like,
they be like on Front Hood.
front hood.
So I be playing like that to her all the
They
time.
be doing that.
But they used to be like, "Well, Front Hood, that for them, cuz."
Okay, so what would be yours? You was ready with the flippage.
I think I got it.
What do I say? What I'm like, girl? No, I don't know.
So she be like, "Any hoodle."
Yes.
That's just
Yes,
the one
you
she
do.
always say.
Yes, you
not
do.
that she stopped saying that one,
Yeah.
but that's what she always say.
Any hoodle.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree with that. You want to go first or want me to go first?
The one that I think that I say that you want me to stop saying? Is that the one you went with?
Yes.
One, it's lit. That's definitely is lit. She thinks that, but she thinks I'm too old to say it's lit. I'm like, I'm not.
I don't know what it is.
I'm not.
He'd be like, yeah, that's lit. Shut your old ass up, please. The phrase that I say all the time is disrespectful.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, first of all, you being disrespectful.
She loves that word.
All right, and that concludes our Who You With? Yeah.
Hey, I got a coworker bonus point though.
Uh-oh.
I know one that I say all the time, and she be wanting to say what she says to me all the time. Go sit your ass down. When I be like, Big Tone, Big Tone.
Because he don't just do it. He'll do it and he'll look over. And I be trying to ignore him. Like, for the first 2 times that he said for third, I'm like, go sit your ass down, fool.
What did he say?
Big Tone.
Big Tone. I be talking to our manager.
Oh.
All the time. He is not nobody Big Tone. Call him by his name. Like, whatever. And he just be doing it. He look right at me. I'm like, nope, I'm ignoring him. Go sit down.
Then I make one of the cat memes. You know the cat meme? So she always be like, his name is Robert. And I be like, Big Tone. So that's what I did.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, no, you didn't.
The girl said, his name is Robert. And the cat be like, Big Tone.
Yeah. I was like, I cannot believe you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I had to throw the bonus point out there, though.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Oh, man.
We're done. You can go with your topics now.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive in there and we're gonna who you guys want to start with?
Let's start with the T.I. thing.
T.I.? Okay.
Do it.
All right, so we're gonna start with T.I. Everybody at this point in time, if you're hearing this podcast, you probably heard about what happened with T.I. If you haven't, he said some stuff on a podcast that kind of just made the world go crazy.
Shock mode.
Let's listen real quick with T.I. said. Let me make sure all the volumes is right. Okay.
We have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh.
We'll sit down and the doctor will come and talk. And, the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, sir, in order for me to share information, I say, Deja, they want you to sign this. Then they come and say, okay, I just want you to know there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken. Bike riding, other forms of athletic physical activity.
Is she an athlete?
No. I say, look, doc.
She's not.
She don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bikes. She don't play no sports, man. Just check the hymen, please. So what?
Okay. Ride no horses. He trying to see if she riding that dick.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay, so that is what T.I. said. It sent the whole world into a frenzy. Who wants to go first? Your opinion on the situation.
Our guests go first.
I will go first.
Okay.
So I don't have a daughter, and so I know that's a whole different dynamic. I absolutely understand as a father to a certain extent, but now that she's 18, she's an adult. So it's almost like, and I don't mean to tell somebody else how to, raise their kids, but she's an adult, bro. You gotta kind of let her.
Well, I want to preface that. From my understanding, this is him saying that he previously that he would go on yearly checks. I don't believe he was saying that he still currently.
Okay. I must have heard that.
Does it.
But
part of it wrong.
wasn't never said because I was thinking that he still goes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I haven't heard the whole interview.
Oh, I see.
And I only have what people put out there, and they
Right.
normally just put that little part out there. So
Yeah, they only gonna
you know
put
how
that
stuff
little
gets
chunk.
out of context now.
That's true.
Now, the source that we played it from just now, where they were saying that this was, I think, like from 16 to now.
To 18.
So before she was 18.
Yeah, I think so. At least that's what I'm hearing too.
Now, before she's 18.
I mean, because I think we all would agree, like, it's completely no argument. If she's 18, she's an adult.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, before
So let's just
she's
speak on
18,
it as
if we're speaking as far as before she's 18, then.
Well, then, yeah. That's you're a concerned parent. You don't want her to, be out there.
Does that change things for you?
Before 18, yeah.
So you want to know if her hymen is broken?
I would not take her to a gynecologist to do it. That could just be a conversation between me and her. As long as she, what I would do is I would make sure she'll be comfortable enough to talk to me about something like that. So just the whole taking her to a gynecologist, period. Don't go with her. She has to go. I don't know the age when the girls start going because, like I say, but she has to go for her health. Yeah, do it. But at a certain age, she has to start doing that kind of stuff by herself.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, as far as her being 18, yeah, she's an adult for sure. Like, why are you even still going with her
Yeah.
to the gynecologist? I would be kind of weirded out if my dad was, let's go to our yearly trip to the,
This is what we do. It's tradition.
Like, we ain't doing that. I don't want you to go with me. But prior to being 18, even if you went and they said, oh yeah, it's broken, like it's already broken, what you gonna do now?
Right.
You gonna make it not broken?
Right.
Fix it.
You can't fix it. It's
Can't
done.
put it back.
It's done. So, like, I don't understand what the big thing is with him trying to find out if it's broken, because if it was, you can't fix it now. It's done.
Right.
And it doesn't.
And it doesn't mean that she was. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that she was sexually active. She could have failed or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But what does that change for you if it was broken? It's broken.
Right. I mean, well, we have.
Well, before you talk, I want to remind you that we want T.I. and Tiny to be our friends when we become friends. I want to remind you of that.
Well, I have daughters, and I agree with folk as far as, they have to go to the doctor. Yeah. So I would want the kind of relationship to be where if this is something that you're doing, I would want you to talk to me about it before you decided to do it, so that I can make sure that you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
As far as you have to know about condoms, you have to know about diddle dam, you got to know about birth control, you have to know about nasty ass boys, you got to make sure your box is clean, you got to make sure that their penises is where it's supposed to be, you need to be tested, you need to make sure that they're tested. There's stuff that you need to know.
There's a lot to it.
Before you get the humping and the sweating. Like, that's great and all that. That's what you want to do, but you have to be knowledgeable. And I think that a lot of parents don't talk to their kids so that they're knowledgeable. If they don't have sex, they don't have sex. You can't stop them from doing such. And I'm not trying to stop you. And even my kids are 5 and 12. I tell Aaliyah now, I'm like, okay, yeah, you have hormones and everybody's saying, oh, sex is wonderful and whatever the case may be. It can be, done with the right person. But one, you need to think about, okay, do you love this person? Because now that you have womanly time, if you slip up and you become pregnant, do you love this person enough to be with them for the next 18 years of your life? If the answer is no, then you should think about it before you want to lay down with this person. It's not necessarily about the physical aspect. The physical aspect feels way better when you're in love with that person.
Yep.
And you may think that you're in love with this person for a moment, but just think about how they treat you on a daily basis when y'all are not having sex. Or, how do they treat you now versus, okay, do you think that they will change? There's like a whole lot of thinking that goes into this before you just have sex with someone. So that's where I try to talk to them now, just so they know you can talk to me about anything. And if you thinking about doing it, okay, well, let's make sure that we do it the right way. You need this little knucklehead that you want to screw, then you need to make sure that he gets tested, because you may be looking at him like, okay, I want to have sex with him, but how many people have he had sex with, and how many people have they had sex with, and how many people have they had sex with? Because ultimately, you having sex with all of them. And if they have something, he is bringing it to the forefront, and you can get fucked up before you even start your little sexual game or whatever you want to do. So, I mean, but as far as me going with, I just never even thought about asking the doctor, oh yeah, check see if she's still a virgin, because, I mean, as a woman myself, some stuff is just none of anybody's business. Like, I mean, of course I would want to know if my kid is having sex, but I mean, some stuff should be private and brought to you if they feel like
They feel comfortable
sharing
enough
that. I mean,
to,
if I'm not pregnant, what does it matter if I'm out here having sex? So I just think that is it's a invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Like, damn, nothing is mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, I a lot of people just be like, oh, I don't go to my kids' phones because, you know, I trust them. I don't trust you that much. Give me the damn phone, and I will look at your phone while you sitting there. Oh, that's what you're doing. Excuse me, and I'm gonna do it because you know people are creeps nowadays. So,
Very much so.
you know, people can get on these whatever TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and they can try to do things. And I need to make sure that you're, you know, being safe. That's a safety hazard. But as far as me going to the doctor and be like, well, is she still a virgin? Like Lady Tay said, what am I do if I find out? Cry? Somebody like,
Oh God, somebody took my baby.
Yeah, fucking like
perfect.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily agree. And from what a lot of people are saying, that he's very controlling as far as, you know, with women, like he wants to know certain things. So I mean, if that's the kind of person that he is, I don't necessarily agree with that approach. I would rather if she felt like telling you,
Right.
Dad, this is what it is, and then that is. So I don't necessarily agree with him going with her. I just think that guys don't really know, but laying back in them stirrups,
It is not the business.
you is on display.
You is open.
And that's not a place where I want my dad to
Right.
be like,
That's weird.
Like,
Well,
you in there.
they won't say he was in there.
well, I know, but I mean, just the act
thought,
of doing
yeah.
it. I mean, like just the fact that my doctor has to come to me and be like, "Oh yeah, well we're gonna do, you know, your exam." And what I hate is when the doctors be
about it.
down there and they be trying to have a conversation, like McCootie Cat all open, and you want to talk. Like,
I'm like, hurry up.
when I was pregnant with Brett's man, and I am on the stirrups, and I'm just sitting there, and ladies just talking away. But by this time, you know, you're good in 9 months, so you done this quite a lot. So you're just like, okay, and yeah, girl, and they just did. So then this other lady and like 2 other students come into the room.
Oh no.
And then they're just like, oh, well, if it's okay with you, you know, this is a learning hospital. Can they look at what we're doing? I was just like, oh, this is a damn party. Okay, well, my name is, and, you know, since y'all about to know me personally in my personal life,
Yeah.
I guess the more and merrier. Anybody else back there want to Okay, well, we all know each other now. Does everybody get to disrobe, or it's just me?
Is this me? I'm the only one.
Everybody
Everybody
join
join
so
in,
am I
okay?
going to get to see you turn your head and cough? Like, everybody, this is just me. But
Like, am I the subject? Like, what's going on?
exactly. I was just like, okay, well, I guess we all looking at stuff. All right. But I mean, just to be in that position and you're young and to be on the stirrups, it's just... It's
uncomfortable.
It's an uncomfortable feeling. You already got to make sure everything's okay, and then you have someone, I don't even know your zodiac sign, and you down there.
Right. Looking at stuff.
Looking
You
for
know,
stuff.
that
And
really
you
you
just
ain't need
like-
to be looking at.
Stop talking to me. Like, what if you breathe wrong and I feel air? Like, oh, I just feel uncomfortable. Just wait until you're done. So I don't know. I just think it's very, very private. And if you want to know that bad, then ask me. Believe me. But I mean, I just feel like he don't believe. Like, if you have to ask the doctor, then you don't believe anything.
And
that I
she
say.
don't feel that comfortable telling you.
Exactly, because you're not going to
Because
believe
you're
me
not
anyway.
going to believe what I say anyway, so why
Yeah.
tell you?
What do you think? You have girls?
I have daughters too, so I have a couple of different points of view on this. So I do have daughters. So I must say that it is kind of hard for me to be super judgmental of how T.I. is expressing his overbearance or overprotection. Because for the most part, I guess maybe stereotypically, fathers are very overprotective of their daughters, especially their virginities, I guess. Their innocence, one would say. So I find to me, it's hard for me to like be super critical of him because he's being overprotective, and it's just expressed in a wild way. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right because I just feel like women, even young ladies, in their bodies is something that in no way, shape, or form a man should like kind of have dominance over. Like she should be able to do what she wants to do with her body. Now she's not an adult, so I guess, and this might be a old school way of thinking, but I guess I would say until you're adult, like that's not your body either yet. Like not all the way. Like you live under this house, so you know what I'm saying. But I would say that definitely, if that's possible, that's something that should be left up to the mother as a woman to decide what is acceptable for, you know what I'm saying, and what may be comfortable, you know what I'm saying. Like he might not feel like that's uncomfortable because he's like, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. But and she has her mother in her life. Tiny's her mom, right? Oh, okay, but she has her mom in her life though, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, and that's another thing too. So to say, look at it from T.I.'s point of view, maybe because T.I.'s a smart guy. At least he comes off as a smart guy, right? He comes off as an intelligent guy. So I can't believe that T.I. doesn't know that a hymen can be broken in other ways than sex.
Yeah.
But I guess in his mind that she's not athletic, so what other way?
But, and also, you can have sex and the hymen not break.
Yeah.
So there, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really tell you anything. So me thinking about how smart of a person that I feel like T.I. is a smart person, and knowing that maybe it's a deterrent. Maybe it's a method of fear, or like that, to make her feel like I can't have sex because
he's gonna know.
He's gonna know.
Yeah.
He's gonna know.
Which to me still is kind of a manipulating and controlling.
Yeah,
way.
Psychological. Like I know I can't do this because my dad comes with me to my appointment, so he's gonna know.
Yeah.
Whether I tell him or not.
So but again, like I said, I have 2 daughters, and I know that I'm gonna struggle with being overprotective of them. But I don't think I would do this. I don't think I'd do this.
Yeah. If we had a daughter, I think Rick would be very overprotective.
I would be overprotective. I would. I know I would.
But
what is that nickname that somebody called Bretsman? What was it? Short something.
By fun size.
Okay. Somebody calls her. I don't understand.
You see how she
No, okay, so Aaliyah is shorter than everybody in her class. She's small. She started school a year early. So everybody else is older than her all the time. So there is this boy that she likes, but he's super tall. Well, he's not super tall, but he's taller than her. So they call him something, and he calls her fun size because she's small. I didn't think anything other than the fact that she's small is why he said it. And, they all have little crazy nicknames.
Right.
Like, she called him Ferb from Phoenix and Ferb. And I'm like, well, she called him, he ugly? Like, the hell kind of Ferb ass? Okay. So, I didn't think anything. So, when we were talking about it, and she was like, yeah, he calls me fun size. This nigga over here, don't let him call you that. And I was like, me and her, we looking like, why? And then he gets super upset. He's like, well, you don't, no. I was confused. I'm like, why not? He's like, yo, she fun size.
Yes, he want to have fun with her. Oh, that's the size. That's the size he can have fun with. Huh?
I was like, he act like he has some old man with jingle in his pocket. Like, come here. Like, these are the kids the same age. Like, what are you talking about? He was pissed. He was like, no, call it something else. I was like,
and then she was like, well, what about bite size? No.
That was even worse. He just looked at her. And I was
size to take a bite out of it? No.
Bite his ass.
Oh, they biting now? Oh.
That's what we doing.
Two through.
I don't like it.
That's like he kept saying, I don't like him. I don't like it. It's like, okay, well, we're just not going to have this discussion around that.
Tell this young man he can't give you any nicknames without my approval.
That is exactly what he
In
said.
writing, I will get back to him with
Send the list. Send the list, and I will circle the one.
Have I shared the bullet
No, I don't think
conversation on this podcast yet?
so. I don't think so.
I haven't.
I don't believe.
Well, this is kind of the. I guess this is
Right
kind
time to
of
say it.
the right episode to say it at. Now, don't ask me my level of seriousness in this because I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not gonna know until the moment comes. Okay.
Oh damn!
Now this is about to get real toxic in here, so everybody put their gas masks on.
All right.
So I have this idea that, you know, when Leah goes out on her first date, or maybe when I might save this for when she it seems like she's getting serious with some little boy. So, you know, I'm gonna take him into the back, you know, into the room. I gotta cop me a nice, really huge Desert Eagle gun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take down before everybody overreacts that's listening. I'm not gonna point the gun at him. Okay, just listen. I'm gonna take my gun out the case. It's gonna be nice, big, everything, and I'm gonna have the clip. The clip's gonna be loaded already, and there's gonna be already a clip in the chamber. So I'm gonna cock the gun. The bullet's gonna come out, and I'm gonna catch it. I'll make sure I do this like real smooth. I'm gonna catch it, and then I'm gonna have a Sharpie. It's a big bullet for a Desert Eagle. I'm gonna have a Sharpie, and I'm like, "What's your name, sir?" Jason. Okay, Jason. So I'm gonna put a J on this bullet, right? And that's just because, you know, you're going out with my daughter. So you got 4 letters left. Every time my daughter, you do something wrong to my daughter, you break her heart. You know, she's crying, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to put another letter of your name on this bullet, okay? Now, if I finish spelling your name, this is your bullet. This bullet now has your name on it. At that point in time, you have one final strike until this bullet
goes into the gun.
Must come to you.
Your name better be Dominique or something.
Exactly.
Jason is too short.
Antetokounmpo.
Leah was like, well, what if his name was Ben?
You got 3 strikes.
You better act right.
Sucks to be Ben.
Hey.
Sucks to be.
You know, I told this story the other day at work, and it came into my head that an extra thing I could have. I don't know how I'll do it. Like maybe I'll go to put the gun in the case, and then I'll like accidentally drop the case. I did air quotes. Everybody that's listening, you can't hear. I did air quotes. I'll accidentally drop the case, and out will fall like a bunch of bullet shells. And the bullet shells got like whole bunch of different names on it and shit. Oh shit.
We've been making her look like Sadi Mikati.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, I mean, these are boys that, you know, wanted to cross the line. She wasn't ready to cross it, so they broke up with her, and then
they had to go.
Had to look for her.
Poor Ty.
So you just have a casing, like this is the one that actually got fired.
Yeah, no, they're gonna be all cases. It's not gonna be bullets. It's gonna be
cases.
Shells. Just shells.
Should do like an artwork.
Spent shells.
Do artwork with them.
Don't get him started. He will have one.
Oh, that'd be dope too.
Put him on the wall. Like, you see this?
With
son?
a picture and shit.
Rest in peace.
This could be you. Don't fuck with my daughter.
You could be the replacement.
No, would you say? Did they all die? No, of course. Of course not.
Some are still
Not all.
alive.
I mean,
You know.
Christopher.
Took a while, you know.
Imagine his name was Christopher. I mean, I gave him plenty of chances. He can't walk anymore.
You know?
But he alive.
Yeah, he alive.
You know.
He's a quadriplegic.
Quadriplegic.
But nah, he's cool. Nah, you know, I don't. It's a joke. I probably would never do that. I'd have a stern talking, man to man, type of thing.
While I'm getting his license plates, picture,
You sound
hair
like my
sample.
mama.
VIN number.
You sound like
you
my
drunk out of
mama.
this glass?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you sound like
That's
my
one thing
mom.
that's one thing that me and Simone as parents still practice from the old days is like Leah and Lyric will be the same way. She can't go spend the night over somebody's house without us meeting their parents, confirming with them.
If they got brothers, I don't know about all that.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. I need to know who you are. There's a lot of parents that even Lyric's friend or Leah's friends that will just let the girls come over and they don't know us. Mm-hmm. Like the other day we let Brett Smith go to the park and it was, getting dark or whatever. And I'm not going to just leave your kid at the park. It's it's dusk. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait till your mom comes. And then when her mom, I feel as though when her mom realized that I was there, to keep an eye on her while she got there, I kind of feel like she took her time. Mm-hmm. But, she was just, and then she ended up coming and it was dark. it was dark, and I'm like, okay, first of all, your kid is at a park at night.
At night.
That's an issue, and you don't know who I am. I could be nasty, like you don't know, and then it's dark. I can do so many nasty things to your dog. Like, why would you even think? You don't know who I am. You've never seen me before. I can violate your kid and then leave because you've never seen me before.
You won't know me from nothing.
Exactly. Like I don't understand people who do things like that. But yeah, we're very old school. I gotta know you, who your mom and them, what's going on.
I need to meet you a few times.
Exactly before.
Yes, I need your phone number.
And every time, I don't care how many times you spent the night over this person's house, and we have not got to know their parents. Every time you spend the night, hey Kathy, Leah says she coming to spend the night tonight, right? Okay, making sure y'all ain't gonna put that whole little I'm spending the night over her house and
y'all be going somewhere else.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna check.
Else.
No, Leah, no.
Checking.
Oh, speaking of which, she wants to go to somebody's birthday party on the 29th.
Next weekend.
On Friday, so she gave me her mama number. I was like, oh, we'll see. So we need to have that discussion. But she's like, please, Mom. She's been on her best behavior. I was like, yeah, you want to do something.
Best.
Well, she's
I don't
trying.
know if she's quite DJ Khaled yet.
We the best.
I don't know if she's quite DJ Khaled yet.
Well, so yeah,
we're
very old.
You know, they
school.
was joking about, cause you remember, y'all seen that shit when DJ Khaled was upset that he got like second when his album dropped. The first week of sales, he first place was like Tyler the Creator, and he was like, it was like the first time you seen that side of DJ Khaled where he was kind of being a hater.
Really?
You know, DJ Khaled, DJ Khaled's a really
very positive.
He comes off as a really positive
guy.
but he was kind of being a hater.
Really?
And like basically saying like, you know, like he should have won because his album was better or whatever. He should have been first or whatever. There's a whole bunch of people talking shit. It was like, we the second best.
Disrespect.
That's
See how they do? See how
That's
people
just
do?
hilarious.
Turn on you quick.
That's just hilarious. The internet.
Okay, what's next?
Alicia Keys. As we continue on our toxic parenting quest. All right. So Alicia Keys had some people upset as well when she was talking about her 4-year-old son and him wanting to paint his nails rainbow color. Now, I want to say before I play the video, we were saying on Out of Bounds today that if you don't come to our podcast for the facts, because it might be wrong. Now, I want to say come here for the facts on this situation, definitely, because I hated that there was a bunch of people speaking on the subject that didn't even know that her son wanted the rainbow nails. What people were getting from headlines, or I guess from telephone, you know what I'm saying, from people passing on, that she was trying to force him to paint his nails rainbow. And that wasn't the case. So we're going to listen to it right now.
The nail salon with Genesis. Today I went to the nail salon with Genesis. He's in the chair and he's like, I want rainbow. So he tells the lady that he wants rainbow colors on his nails. And she brings all of these colors and she paints each nail a different color. And after he painted his nails, he looked at me and said, Mommy, I don't want this on my nails. And I was like, why? You were so sure you're good. And he was like, people are not going to like it. Can you believe this? 4 years old. He's 4. And he already understands the concept that someone's going to judge him because he chose rainbow color on his nails. And I told him, why? Nobody's going to judge it. They're going to love it. It's so cool. Like, look how creative you are. Look how amazing you had this idea. Stick with it. You chose it. You liked it. You do it. Who cares what anybody else says? And so I said, plus, you know, a lot of guys paint their nails. This is not like some strange thing that you only do. He was like, really? I was like, yeah. So many. And that made him feel better. But it just got me to thinking how completely judged we are.
So that's pretty much the gist of it, what I wanted to play from it. I think I want to start with Z, because Z's not very fond of Alicia Keys.
Record.
I do it.
We'll start with you. First of all, how do you feel like this compares to T.I.'s parenting in that situation?
Well, I think in T.I.'s situation, he's just being controlling. He just wants to know the ins and outs. And this one, I understand that she's trying to support him. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings. I love the LGBT community. Let's just start off there. I always go to the parades.
Yeah,
I mean, rainbowed out all the time. I will be going next year. I love the LGBT community. And, you know, I stand with them. I'm an ally. I'm an ally at work, things like that. So I don't have anything against them. And I understand the boys trying to be creative. But I don't know. I just don't necessarily think that I agree with allowing him at 4 to paint his nails. I mean, if that's something that you want to do when you get older and you're able to decide for yourself, that's what you want to do. And not necessarily just be like, oh, well, you know, you're a boy, so I don't know. I guess I really have mixed feelings. I don't know. I don't have a son, but I just want to think that if my son saw my nails and was like, oh, can I get some nails like that? I was like, no, maybe, you know, I'm not going to dismiss the fact that you can't paint them, but clear would be an acceptable color for you until you're old enough to really know why you want to paint your nails or whatever. If it turns out that that you're gay, then, you know, or if you just like doing it, then when you get older, that's something that you can decide for yourself. I'm not going to, I guess, be okay with you doing so. Like, we watched the Dennis Rodman 30 for 30 the other day. I like 30 for 30. It's interesting.
30 for 30.
I'm not really an athletic person, but like,
stories, though.
Yeah, them stories be dope.
Yeah.
Didn't really too much enjoy Jamie Foxx as a narrator though. I didn't enjoy it that much.
I didn't dislike it.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it either, but it just, you know, sometimes the narrator can really bring
that
that
They
story
can
down.
set
really
the narrator.
But shout out to
mean,
Jamie Foxx. That's my guy. I love Jamie Foxx.
But I mean, back in the day, his sisters used to dress him up, you know, and I'm like, okay, the mom never stepped in and was like, why are y'all doing this? Why are you dressing him up? I mean, he already lived with a whole bunch of women, but then now you're dressing him up, you know, and then that made him, I don't like the word confused, but that made him, you know, well, if my sisters are doing it, then I want to do it too. Like, I just think that at a certain time you should set the tone for how you want. I fully believe in raise them up or train them up as they should go. I'm going to read the Bible with you. I'm going to pray with you. I'm going to set a certain tone of how I would want you to be as an adult. And if you choose to do other things, then that's on you when you get to that age.
Right.
And I just feel like if I train you up to wear girls' clothes or wear women's clothes, or I guess even now that's not even a thing, women's clothes, men's clothes, I don't know. But I still feel as though that if you train them up to wear women's clothes, train them up to let them wear high heels, train them up to paint their nails, that's what they're going to want to do when they get older. And not necessarily say, well, men don't paint their nails. You want to paint your nails? You can do clear. If that's what you wanted, if you're really strongly about it, then you can do clear. But I don't think rainbow color, no, not necessarily crushing their dream, but just like, no, I don't think that would be a good color for you. Let's do this. Steer them. You know, not necessarily,
Why you doing
know,
that?
you gay. I ain't gonna have that in my house. Like, not necessarily that, but don't crush what they want to do.
Yeah.
Steer them.
Yeah.
And so I just, because like I told folk earlier, we have somebody that works with us that she lets her son wear high heels all around the house. She lets him paint his nails. And I just think that sets a tone for when they grow up. Okay, you like girls, but do you think that you're going to find a woman that's going to be okay with you walking around getting, you know, with her high heels on, talking about, oh, these look good on me? No, like, I'm going to be like, you know, like, so I don't necessarily agree. And I mean, it's just fingernail polish, but I'm a strong believer and I'm going to train you up and guide you in the way that I feel is best. And then when you get older, if you want to wear dresses, if you want to paint your nails, if you get to the age where that's what you want to do, we can go to the nail shop together, but you're old enough to make these decisions on your own.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to influence you to do it. But if that is truly who you are to the core, then that's who you are.
Yeah.
That's
Think
mine.
4 is not an age where you can let them make that decision.
4 is not an age where I'm going to be like, yes, rainbow colors because you're artistic. No, 4 is an age that, okay, you see my nails when I used to get them did. But if you see my nails and you think that they're really nice and you want to get your nails done, completely fine. We're going to go with clear. Because I think that's what, nice 4-year-old boys would want to, And I saw Bernie Mac. He would get his nails painted clear. So, I think that, just try to make it so that, like it's other people who do paint their nails, they'll do clear. I think clear will be very good for you. And if they still want to do rainbow colors, well, maybe next time, until if you are 13 and you still want to do, okay, well, maybe we'll do one nail a certain color, and then if that's something that they're passionate about, then it'll keep coming up. But if you're just like, no, I think clear, then maybe they'll just be like, oh, okay, well, we'll do clear. It's nice, it's still shiny, and they can do it. But I'm just not going to get behind just because you want to do it. Little motherfuckers want to run in traffic. What almost sure didn't run fast.
So that's
no, I
artistic.
don't have to agree with everything you want to do because you're a child and that's the way the society is now. No, I don't necessarily agree with a little 4-year-old having rainbow nails, and that's completely fine. I don't let you smoke crack either. That doesn't make me a bad parent. So I mean, if you choose to smoke crack when you get older, hey, those are your teeth.
Yep. That ain't
So
mine.
that's my take on it.
So do you feel like that painting nails can be specific to sexual orientation or sexual preference? Like you feel like painting your nails is something that makes you either feminine or woman?
I do think it's, well, not necessarily, because I mean, when I go to the nail shop, there is a lot of guys that get their feet done. Not as they get like the massages and stuff. They get their nails done. They get the manicure, but they don't necessarily get them painted colors.
Yeah, right.
I've
They
got a
get
manicure
them-
before.
Yeah, they get them painted clear, and it makes your hands soft, which I'm still trying to get Verse to go with me. It makes your hands soft. It makes your feet soft. It's very relaxing. So no, I don't think that it's feminine. Some people want to feel good about themselves. If I shake your hands and they rough, some people don't like that.
I just mean colors. I don't mean that.
Oh, you mean like colors?
Yeah, I don't mean grooming yourself.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like as far as grooming, I mean,
yeah, I don't mean grooming yourself.
I don't know if I was a single woman and you're trying to talk to me and your nails is painted, that probably would be something that would turn me off. I'm not gonna lie. Like you come like, oh yeah, my name is Jason, and you put your hand down and you got
Like,
sparklies on your hand. Jason, we can't talk. Like I feel like you try to wear my drawers. Like no, I wouldn't think that. I'm not going to be attracted to something like that. But my thing is always to each their own.
Yeah.
You are my child, though, so I'm going to raise you up in the way that I think that you should go. If
Correct.
I look over and such has their son and they're very happy about their nails, I'm going to still encourage them. Oh, that's so pretty. Why did you choose this color? Why did you choose that color? Oh, okay. That's not my job to be like, little gay ass son. Like, no. If they are really excited, I don't believe in crushing kids' dreams.
Yeah.
And you're not my kid.
Right.
So I'm not
So that
going
has
to
nothing
be
to do
like,
with me.
yeah, I'm not going to crush your kid's dream. That's what you allow in your house, to each their own.
That's
But this is
it.
the way that I would do it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to agree with me, and that's completely fine. That's what makes us different.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think?
Yeah, because
You have sons. We have-
sons.
So yeah, that's where
You guys have sons.
that's where it converts on. Or it
Yeah.
converts
Yeah.
from the other topic. So I do have 3 boys, and my youngest just turned 12. So that means I got a preteen as my youngest baby.
Them preaching, boy.
Boy.
Hey, I know
Test
I
you,
got some
boy.
right here.
Test you.
Yeah. He don't test me though. He tests
know better.
He tests my co-parent, but
Yeah.
he don't test me.
He don't test me either.
A couple times that esophagus almost got snatched out.
So he actually wanted to get his nails painted at 11. I think he was 11.
Yeah.
And she painted them all black. And kind of the same thing what happened to Alicia Keys. So he went out to go play. He came back in. And he wanted to take them off because the kids were laughing at him. So he wanted to get the fingernail polish off. Went back out there and played, but she was pretty emotional about it. That's how I know the story, because she told me. But the whole nail thing, it was just like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, I didn't know you was painting his nails. Like, she sped past it and was telling me the story.
So he's painting his nails, but this what happened.
Yeah.
Like, let me go just go right over that.
She kept going. So then after she told me that, that's when it was like, in the back of my way, she painting his nails. So I didn't feel nothing about it. I was just kind of like, I mean, she was of the mindset that she wanted to let him express himself, that sort of thing. So I was just like, oh, but I was still stunned, like, you know, and he don't want him painted anymore. I guess that was probably just something that he saw he wanted to try. And
if it would have, if it would have been accepted a little bit more, he may have been like, okay, cool. But yeah. But so I have a question for both of you. If he came to both of you with nail polish, maybe it was a purple or a blue, and he was like, hey, you know, can paint your nails with me, or can you put this on my nails? Would you guys do it?
I, for one, don't have a daughter, so I don't have to learn how to paint nails.
No, if he asked
but if he, no, I'm saying, so I wouldn't know how to do it.
Oh, you would?
For
I don't know
one.
where to begin.
Number two, probably not, just because I'm just not. That's just not something that I think that I would do. I don't know. He wants to express himself. That's fine. But I don't know. For me to do it, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
Would you be able to do it?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to.
You're not trying to take anything away from him to express himself, but I think that he can express himself in other ways. I think if you like purple and you like blue and you like green and you like yellow, let me get you some finger paints and let's go ahead and make a painting or something like that. I want you to be able to express yourself, but that, and I guess for me, it might be a thing of society looking at you a certain way because you are a boy and you're, you know, painting your nails for one. But for me, I'm like, nah, we don't have to do that. We could do something else.
So I guess I have another question. If you had, and I have this question for all of y'all. If you had a super flamboyant kid that you probably already know 9 times out of 10 he's going to be gay.
Right, yeah.
I mean, some kids, you just like, maybe they're just testing the waters, like, oh, well, you know, mommy has fingernail polish. I think that's cool. Not necessarily that you think that that's how they're going to grow up gay or anything like that. They're just very curious, and you're just like, no, let's just steer you, you know, just like, oh, well, that's fine. If you want to do it, then clear, of course, whatever. But if you know without a shadow of a doubt your kid is 6 and they is, you know, you just know that it's just very flamboyant.
Just the sweetest thing.
Like,
the sweetest thing you ever know.
No
like,
doubt. At
you
6 years old, you already like, okay.
And you like, you
like,
already, all right, this,
let me
would you
prepare
paint their
myself
nails
now.
then?
I would. Like I said, I don't know how to paint nails, so I'll mess them up. But
I'm like, Dad, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Let me show you,
probably
Daddy.
have to show me.
Does that change your answer?
It would change. It would change because I already know. So I'm not going to be that guy that's going to try to have you delivered.
Like beat it out you.
No, that's not going to be me.
Pray away to gay.
No.
The dumbest thing I've ever heard ever.
No.
But what about you?
I think this subject is interesting. I was very interested in how Ricky responded to it because this is, and we're going to lead on to the real reason I wanted to bring these up. But
Are you trying to choose your words carefully?
No. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I'm saying what I mean. I don't think that I would let my son paint his nails rainbow colors. I think that, for one, I do agree with Alicia Keys on the fact that you should be teaching your kids not to be so worried about what other people think. However, a 4-year-old, it's possible that some are, but for the most part, a 4-year-old's probably not ready for criticism, for negative criticism yet.
True.
Like they probably won't be able to handle that in a productive type of way. So I would just say, like, to piggyback off your answers, while they're so young, maybe not so much. And it is a good thing that her son is cognizant of the fact that people will judge him. Now, that might actually say that he could be ready for negative consequences for judgment and stuff like that, because he's aware that stuff that he does will make people react a certain way.
Right.
So, but I would say from that, I mean, I would say that, I don't know. A lot of people point to the fact, because this comes from like rich people. These are like rich people normally.
Rich people just like whatever.
Let him, he wants to wear a bra, and let him wear a bra, and he's expressing himself like, I don't know, but I don't think that I would. I also would be alarmed and a little upset though of the reason that he changed his mind, because again, like you said, at 4 years old, that's crazy. That because 4-year-olds, we always talk about it about a person's ability to make friends. Your ability to make friends decreases as you grow old, as you get older. When you're fucking young, you will make friends with everybody in your vicinity. Kids will come all the time, be like, "That's my best friend." Oh, really? What's her name?
I don't know. I don't even know the name.
Now, we always ask the girls. They're like, "This is my friend, and I really love them." We really love them, and I just be like, "Lyric, what's their name?" Like, you can't tell me, but
tell the name.
all day.
Yeah.
Like, never once did I ask you what your name was.
Right.
Yeah.
But I agree. I mean, I guess we taking phone calls on the podcast.
No, I'm good. My mic's off, so y'all.
We taking phone calls on the podcast. So we just go keep it moving. But yeah, I mean, to me, that's just like, okay, let's switch around. You have a little girl, and she want to wear cut off shirts and booty shorts. You gonna let her do that? But why? Because it's painted nails. Like, oh, we have to be careful not to offend the LGBT community. It's like, it's a very touchy subject. Okay, that's fine, and I understand that, because everybody should have equal rights. But I'm not gonna let my 4-year-old go out here with a midriff. We don't even allow for our kids to wear two pieces unless the top part is long, and the bottom part, like they still kind of connect. Put your arms up, you may see a little bit of belly, but I mean, there ain't gonna be no bikini, because I still think it's still the way. You should not be too comfortable at 12. To me, it still looks like bra and panties. Even if you're in the water, why does your whole torso and string up your butt? Why you have to do that? Because you're at the beach or because you're at the pool. There's men here. There's women here. Apparently, everybody nasty nowadays. So, like, I don't think that you should just feel comfortable until you're older to be able to wear things like that. So we've always just been like, and now that Aaliyah is a little bit older and we see other kind of two pieces that maybe they have a little bit of the belly showing that they're cute, she's even like, no, I don't feel comfortable in wearing something like that just because, I'd rather have, everything I like this one piece is nice, So, I mean, I just think that if you're going to let your child go out there and be free and wild, then where does it stop?
Yeah. Because once they start, they just go.
Right.
They ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping.
So.
Yeah. What?
Like before your call.
Yeah, that was Big Chiefs coming. I got the shit.
Continue.
Is that okay?
It's going to have to be. You already took the call. Do
we need to have a discussion about it?
Mean, let's talk about it.
So verse.
Since everybody seems to like our couples court.
Mediation time.
So no, I was saying that, I don't think that I would let, my 4-year-old son do it. And I can admit that it's probably not all the way like right. It doesn't all the way make sense. But just somewhere inside me, it makes like perfect sense. Like I shouldn't.
So you don't think it's all the way right, or it's not all the way politically correct. In my air quotes. Because I think the world now is they want everything to be politically correct, and it's as if we all do not have an opinion. because everything now is okay.
I would say that a lot of our ways and our beliefs are programmed in us. In adults, there are very few beliefs that they have that you've developed on your own. Most of the beliefs that we have, even as adults, have been kind of
Brainwashed program?
not brainwashed, but
Because this is something that me and Lady Tay was just talking about in the car. As far as like curse words.
yes,
Like, who
and that's another
said
thing.
that curse words were bad? Like,
Right.
was it just some people back in the 18, 17, 16s that was like, you can't say this group of words? I cuss with the best of them all the time. I'm trying not to, But it's like, we were just talking about, like, as a woman who, she goes to a different denomination church than us, but she's just basically like, you can't get clean fruit from basically a dirty tree. And it's like, well, what makes my tree dirty? Because I cuss. And she's like, well, you can't speak blessings if you curse. But I'm like, where in the Bible does it say that these group of words are bad? You should not say these words. Show me where fucking ass shit is in there that says I can't say this.
Say you shouldn't say God's name in vain.
Exactly. And it also said it's, and then so she went to her pastor, and basically he was just like, well, it's what you say, is it basically tearing, it's bringing somebody up, or is it tearing somebody down? So I was like, I can hit my toe and say banana. It would still be in the same preference of me saying fuck.
Yep.
You
It's
know,
gonna be the same pain.
it's the same
too.
thing.
Same connotation.
Exactly. But if I'm talking to you and you done piss me off and I call you an idiot, I'm being negative towards you, and I mean that in a negative way. Shouldn't that be a cuss word? So it's like people are programmed to me that I feel that, oh, well, you are cussing and that's wrong. Well, who says that it's wrong, though? There's no place that says that I can't say bullshit. If you, if you're talking to me, that's just like saying you're lying. It's the same thing. So I do believe that this world has, they try to program you to do what they want you to do. And if you, you wouldn't let your son paint his nails.
How dare you?
I cannot believe you are trying to stunt his creativity. No, not necessarily. I'm doing what I feel is best for my child.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't tell me how to raise my kid. So if you don't agree with it,
That's fine.
okay. Well, can put it in the rest of the box of bullshit that I don't give a fuck about. Like, I don't care, because I have to raise them, and I am accountable for them until they get to the age of where they're grown.
No, she didn't put a number on it.
Yeah.
18 don't always mean
18
grown.
don't mean you grown.
It is so no.
It's legally you an adult.
I remember when I was
grown.
18, I was like, I am grown. Like, no, if you gotta tell everybody you grown, your ass is
You
still
ain't
not
grown. You still ain't
I don't want to
And-
be grown no more.
Adulting
real.
is
I
fucking
want to be 18
overrated.
again.
It's a trap.
I want
It
to live
is.
back at home.
Like, I want to call my mama right now.
Who you telling?
Mama,
I don't want to pay no more bills.
I know you coming Wednesday, but can you come today? Like,
Exactly. Like, adulting is for the bird.
please.
Hey, this some bullshit. Like, I gotta work every day.
Every day.
And the kids they be going on break. When do you go on break? I go on vacation. Like, I don't
break. You're not
I ain't got no more sick time.
I don't.
Ain't it? This rent don't. It's not every other month.
Every month,
is it due?
like on the same day.
Some bullshit. Oh, go ahead. You ready?
No, I was listening. So very interesting, everybody's comments. I think so. The reason that I wanted to bring these topics up because I wanted to talk about toxicity. So, toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. These things that I think I brought up. Let me see here. I brought up what they say the definition of the term is, because I know personally I see people throw this phrase around a lot, especially the masculine one. I see people throw around toxic masculinity a lot.
People throw around the word
Toxic.
Toxic.
And
Yeah.
I know, baby. You
And
want to speak? You want to
I've
speak
been
about that?
called toxic before by a family member, and
definitely called you
I
toxic.
would be lying if I said that it didn't bother me. Because okay, so let's be real. Back in the day, I used to be not a very nice person because of and I don't want to, and I hate when people try to blame how they are on their parents. However, I saw how the first man that was in my life was supposed to treat you and the woman that they claim to love, and it wasn't in a good way. Beating and emotional abuse, physical abuse, and all that stuff. So I knew that I did not want that kind of relationship. So my thing was always like, okay, I can do bad by myself. Like, I'll wham bam, thank you, officer. Leave $200 on the nightstand. That's all I need you for. But everything else I can do myself. So it's like, I wasn't a very nice person. I was always nice, but I wasn't. Like, I didn't take bullshit. Like, I was quick with it. Like, okay, you on that bullshit? I do not need you in my life. You can go. Like, I do not need all of this shit. So, huh?
Did I hear the door?
No.
But then, you know, when you get older, you start to think like, okay, why this and why that and why are you so this and why are you so that? You start to try to be like, okay, you start to do redefining of yourself. You start to self-reflect and be like, you know, it's nothing to be nice to someone. It's nothing to do this and nothing to do that. So, you know, when I was a kid, I was very, very, very nice. And I would give you my last. Even if I wanted it, I would give you my last. And especially to the same person who said that I was toxic. That person, I would put them on a pedestal and be like, you can't do no wrong. You beat me up, you hit me, you throw me in the closet, you can do whatever. But I still be like, oh, but they're still a good person on the inside, you know? And so, you know, as we got grown or whatnot, because we grew up together. And when we grew up, I didn't know that we would hang out all the time. And then at one point in time, we stopped hanging out. And, you know, people would just be like, well, why y'all not hanging out no more? And I'm like, I really don't know. And I would reach out and just be like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do that? Nothing. No, we can't. We got something to do, whatever. So it ended up being this big blow up. And it was just like, oh, you are so negative and you're so toxic. And you suck the air out of a room. And I'm like, me? Like, I do that? Like, honestly? And then I start to kind of think about it. I'm like, do I do that? Like, but I'm like, no, I know me, that I have definitely changed a lot, where I really try to give to everybody. Like, what you're not going to do, you're not going to be disrespectful. Right. So if you're trying to disrespect me, yes, that's when the asshole in me will come right out. That's when you're just going to be like, oh, she not nothing to fuck with. Like, no, if you're trying to play me for a fool, then definitely I'm going to be like, you're not going to play me. Right. Okay, now we can move on. But I'm going to say, this is what you're not about to do. And then when you piss me off, it's really not what you're about to do. But as far as being a toxic person, like, that is a big label. That means you don't fuck with nothing. Like, everything someone says is negative. You're just negative. You don't uplift nobody. You hate on everybody. You can't stand everything. Like, everything. No. Everything about you is negative. Everything about you is toxic. Like, you can't don't tell Simone, because she gonna just shut it down. And I'm just like, really? Am I really that kind of person? And I did. I asked Verse. I was just like, okay, when you think about yourself, you may think of yourself being one way or another, but people are going to have their opinion about you. But you have to ask someone that you trust. And like, am I really this way? He was like, hell no. Like, I don't know why this person would say that you were, unless you stop allowing them to take advantage of you. Because then when you don't allow them to take advantage of you anymore, then you're this horrible person. Yeah. But it definitely made me re-look at myself to be like, dang, like, am I super negative? Or, okay, is me being nice, is this really how I am? Or if I'm trying to wipe away everyone thinking, oh, well, you cool with me today, but do you think that I'm toxic? Like, do you think that I'm negative? Or, okay, we cool now, but what if I say no? What is that? Then all of a sudden we got a problem now. So it made me at one point in time, for a period of time, look at people like, okay, you're being nice to me, but for how long? Yeah. Like, you're being cool with me, but okay, what's going to happen when you switch up? Then what? So.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I did want you to share that, because I knew you was gonna get
I mean, when someone is called toxic, maybe it's still that kind of, that, you know, because that's like a sore subject. It's like, well, why do you? It makes me curious, because I haven't talked to this person about it. Like, we had this really big blow up, and I really try not to get mad. I really do, and I think me and folks talk about it, because when I get mad, below the belt is up here, so everything
I don't
is
care.
up for grabs. And I just be like, look, like, and me and Verse used to we would argue about it because he would want to talk about something and I'm like, bro, we don't want to talk about it. Like, we don't, just let me be for a second. I know you want to talk. I can't talk right now. Yeah. And I just be like, look, all right, I suggest that you leave me alone. And he's like, no, because we need to talk about this right now. And I just be like, all right, like, you don't want to do this. Like, you don't want to ride this ride. And he just be like, oh, ain't nobody scared of you. I just be like, see, okay, we're going in the wrong direction. And then by like the third or fourth time, I'm like, fuck it, you want to do it? Let's do it. And then now the belt is up here, so your mama cockeyed anyway. All of this up for grabs. So now, with this person, I told them like numerous times, I'm like, they wanted to argue, and I'm like, I don't want to do this with you because they're a type of person where everyone walks on eggshells for them. And I'm not a walk on eggshells. I'm too fluffy to do any of that. I don't walk on eggshells for nobody. So I'm like, if you really want to do this, you're going to hear some stuff that you don't not want to hear. You don't want to do it. And it was the same thing. Ain't nobody scared of you. I'm just like, all right, look, stop calling my phone. So text me. You don't want to do it. And then once it was time, it was like, all right, fuck it. Let's go. And we went. So ever since then, we have not talked. And even I did. I'm not a grudge holder. So since then, I did try to reach out and be like, look, all right, I do want to, because you ain't affecting me getting into heaven. Talk about, well, you didn't forgive such and such. I did. I tried. So I was like, did try to reach out, and it was nothing. I'm cool with nothing. Like, you don't want to. I tried. I tried. Like, Lord, you see that?
You tried.
I tried. So I'm clear. Yeah. But I am kind of curious. It's like, what makes me so toxic, or what made you think that that's how I was? So that's just the story.
Toxicity. Okay, so toxic masculinity is defined as adherence to traditional male gender roles that restrict the kinds of emotions allowable for boys and men to express.
Like men don't cry kind of thing?
Yes. Okay. Including social expectations that men seek to be dominant or the alpha male and limit their emotional range primarily to expressions of anger.
Well, I mean, I have seen men who do, like you guys are different. Like, you guys aim to please your women. A lot of men do not. And they just be like, no, she gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then if not, we're gonna have a little bit of an issue, and I know some of those personally, some men who think that, and then if they see you opening the door for your woman, carrying stuff for your woman, oh, well, are you able to, we gonna just, we gonna leave from the radio station and we gonna go out, and you be like, oh, well, let me go and talk to my wife about it. What?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And
what was that I want to say?
What were you?
Oh, that's your beck and call ass.
Oh, yeah. My beck and call ass nigga. That's who you was. And I was like, what?
Like, that's just being respectful.
Because I said, that was because I said that I try to answer the phone every time my wife calls me. Even if I have to say, hey, baby, I'm really busy. Do you need anything real quick? I'll call you right back.
Right. And they didn't like that.
And that's why they ain't got no woman in the street.
But that guy, that guy definitely displays a lot of that. Like, me and another coworker who's a singer has this like really, really good song that he just made. Really good song. So we were talking about ideas for a music video, because I shoot music videos, so hit me up. And hit
him up. Hit him up.
All that shit. So yeah, we were talking about music video, and we were just saying, I was like, yo, so in the music video, you can we could just do like a whole bunch of things like that you were doing to like kind of express that you love her and blah blah blah, like send her flowers or this, that, and the third. And he was like close to us listening. Oh, cupcake ass nigga. Oh, you in love. I was like, first of all, nigga, we're talking about a music video. We're entertaining right now. So we're coming up with the entertaining way to express what the song is about. Second of all, like, what's wrong with that anyway?
Sound like he got mama issues.
He got some issues.
He has some type of issues, like, really.
But isn't this the same person that said that if he ever got on or got rich or got money that he would leave the woman that he with to upgrade. So obviously you don't give a fuck about your woman anyway.
He said that too?
He didn't say that to his woman, but he said that to him. He was
They
if
were
talking about that one day.
I ever got on and I got money, then basically I leave your ass for not a white girl, but I'm gonna upgrade. I'm a Kim Kardashian.
But who's to say she gonna want you?
Yo ugly motherfucker.
Okay. Not with that,
Don't
nobody want that.
Yeah, sometimes dudes be having that caveman mentality though, and it's like they, like this is not that.
We now out in
Not
the
that.
forest.
I can't do
Like,
it.
It's just always kind of funny to me because we have a friend who is like that, and I kind of just try to pick their brain. Like when it's time to say, one thing or another, they're just like, "Oh no, it's what I say," and no, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. And I was like, what are you not with? Are you not with the fact that you're seeking to please someone else, that it's not all about you? Like, they love their woman. They bring their woman flowers. They open up their woman's door.
like,
What's wrong with that? I don't understand. So, and I mean, and some women are like that too. I have a friend who hit her. Well, I don't know if that's her guy or not, but he cried in front of her. And since he cried, she just be like, "Ugh, cry baby ass. Sissy." And I just be like, well, why?
I was going to ask who you talking about, but I know now.
Yeah, I'm just like, but for what? Like, so it's wrong because they cried? Like, there's been times, I mean, I, for one, am a sucker for tears. I don't like to see anybody to
cry.
The point that they're crying, but especially if Verse was so hurt that, first of all, if I made him cry, I would feel like shit. Cause I'm just like, damn, he don't cry. So I'm just like,
it had to be
I
something
am a piece of
real.
shit.
Really?
Like, what the hell did I do? And then if it was somebody else, who the fuck?
Yeah, who I got to beat up today?
Okay.
Seriously.
Where the fuck they at? Like, who is it? Because I'm about to blow all this shit out. And they hurt you that bad that you had to cry. But why is it that when you see them cry,
That's
that now you are just don't respect them?
Now he's weak.
That's the same. That's exactly the type of stuff I wanted to touch about. Like certain stuff like that. Like you brought it up right out the gate. Like men don't cry. That's one of those things.
That's why we got so many fucked up men now.
Yeah, and crying is a natural human emotion.
Yep.
Like it has to happen. Okay, I can understand if you don't want to cry in front of you don't want to be vulnerable in front of certain people. That makes sense. But you can't sit here and just be like, "There's no one in the world I could be vulnerable to." There needs to be somebody.
Right.
There needs to be somebody.
Yeah. Well, when my cousin got murdered, I was at work. And so I was on my way home. I carpool with Sharon. And that was one time where I was just listening to music, didn't want to say nothing, I wasn't talking or nothing. And I felt like I knew I was going to cry. I was feeling it. It was on the 10 freeway, about to get off the 10 freeway. I'm like, damn, can she drive any slower? Because I didn't want to cry in front of her for sure.
Right.
Because I was like, everybody's going to know about that shit the next day. So... once we got on McDowell, that was it. I couldn't hold back no more. And then I told her what happened and that I wasn't going to be going to work. But, I don't really like crying in front of people, but I do cry.
I will say that for her to be, she can't hold water, she did not tell.
Yeah.
She did.
I
think it wanted something super serious.
Yeah.
I think she can be, she'll hold it in.
I tell her all the time, like, your ass can't hold water. She's like, well, if you told me, if you say don't tell.
Yes,
like,
I got to give you a disclaimer.
To tell.
Every damn thing. But yeah, she didn't. But I mean, I get it. Like, I feel as though men should cry. There's things that are sad. Mm-hmm. There is death. You could have gotten your feelings hurt. You could have gotten embarrassed that you could have been so mad or so embarrassed that makes you cry. That's anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think, because you got balls, you can't cry.
There's no tear ducts. There's no tear ducts.
Like, you got a Johnson that means that holds tears? No, that's not the case. You're human just like me, so you should be able to cry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be toxic that the man should be the protector of the family? Can the woman be protector of the family?
I'm gonna say this. I feel as though the woman can be the protector of the family. However, if we lived in a house and I heard something downstairs, I feel as though, yes, you should be like, I'm gonna go see.
Yeah.
But me being who I am, you gonna grab something and I'm gonna grab something because we gonna go together.
Yeah.
But if you just like, I'm like, oh, you know, I heard something, and you're gonna be like, go check it out. I'm gonna be like, the fuck? Oh, me go check it out?
We going together or we ain't going?
We going together or you going? Talking about go check.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this in our relationship because I'm gonna start looking at you differently. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go hear a noise or go tell your woman and go do an ass nigga like a female man. I'm like, go check it out. Hell no. We gonna go together.
Well, I do think that in that situation that's one of the ones that's not like toxic masculinity or nothing like that.
No.
That's the one. Thank you. That's the one that definitely it should be the man. The man should be the protector, and for a reason. One of the reasons I would point out for it is because genetics. Genetically, most of the time, the man is the stronger. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But I mean, there are relationships where maybe the woman's stronger. Have you ever seen Serena Williams' husband?
Yeah.
What do he look like?
Skinny.
He's skinny.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
she fuck him up.
Probably
Yes.
would. Probably put dogs on him.
And I like to see all of the men that dated Layla Ali too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like if you in the bed with
She
Layla
can
and you hear noises, you be like, hey.
Baby.
I mean,
You
you wanna
can
get
knock him
that?
out.
You
You know.
registered.
You
I would
register.
say in that case, I just be like, hey, you want to come with me? Like, I'm going to go, but you want to
You
tag
want to
along.
tag along? You want to watch?
I think I still, if I was with Layla, I'd still try to hold on to my masculinity. I'd be like, nah, I'll go. And you be behind me.
Right.
Just in
Back
case.
If
up.
I need to tag you in, you know what I'm saying?
I just gonna reach
then
back.
just be ready for the tag.
For the tag.
You just come off the top rope on him.
So, but yeah, no, in that case, I do agree. Like, that's something that I think, you know, makes sense just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
What about y'all?
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with that. That's how I feel. Before we go to bed, I make sure the doors are locked. You know, just that kind of stuff.
Get back
Just
on that because the kids be fucking me up. The kids be fucking up my statistics.
Yeah, they do.
But I don't know. It's just something that I learned from watching my grandpa do it. So, you know, that's just something that I just carry and I still carry with me. If it's masculine, then I'll take it. But it's just, you know, it's a habit. I feel like I feel like I should be the protector.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can't leave them either. Like if you in a scary situation or a haunted house and you take off and run, you better be trying to hold my hand or something.
Because I'm gone.
One, I don't know that you're running, or two,
I went to go clear the way ahead.
Yeah, I had to make sure
the
the ghosts and the goblins weren't going this way.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure they was going that way. So
because with
the coast is clear.
my brother and my sister-in-law,
Follow
they
my
went to a haunted house, and sure enough, something scared the shit out of my brother. He took off, and the little monster was coming in. I looked right at first. I was like, if you leave me in a haunted house, we is breaking up. Like, first of all, I am scary as shit in the first place, and the monster was coming in. Like, hold on. Even if it's fall, until I get my mind right, I'm gonna be mad as shit. Like, oh, you left me. Like, this is a problem. Like, hell no.
I'm not going to the haunted house. He can take the boys. Y'all can go together. I'm not going.
I like haunted houses.
I've been trying to get to this damn haunted house for the last couple of years, and
Don't go,
I
girl.
am very scared. Like,
I'm
I'm just
scared.
I'm a scary. I don't do popping out. And shit.
I don't do
like,
that. You know.
I just want to say that Z is the scariest gangster I've ever met. The scariest gangster I've ever met in her life.
Z the gangster.
Like, she will not walk into any situation that's scary. She don't want to go see no scary movie at the theater. If I can convince her to watch a scary movie, it's at the house in the daytime with the blinds open.
And that gives me time to watch something happy at the end. Like, I just think it's that.
But
Like,
if you come
so
up to
I'm
it,
myself.
but if you come up to it with the smoke, like she'll gladly,
She gonna fight you,
she'll
though.
gladly take a tote.
Yeah. Like, you bought tickets to this one? Okay, that's all right. But that's okay. So that's dumb.
That would be a funny skit. I'm sorry. That would be a funny skit, right? Like, say, and we could do, but you don't want to do no scary shit. But that'd be a funny skit, like a girl,
I get
like
scared.
running from like the, you know, the killer and stuff. Like, oh and then she like falls on the ground, and then like you know what I'm saying, he like comes up on her and picks her up, and she's like, ah! And he like slaps her, and she's like, oh.
I know you didn't slap me.
Oh, you wanna go? I thought you was gonna kill me with the knife. You gonna slap me?
No, if you're running and I see that you just ran into this dark ass room, I'm gonna look in that room and be like, nah, I ain't fucking with that room. Like, no. Why am I gonna run in the room? Then you gotta look all slow and be like, I'm not gonna come and fucking find you. Like, absolutely, you run into a dark room, you just in that motherfucker. Like, I'm not coming.
Exactly.
I'm not coming
that
in there.
to be at the
I'm
house.
not doing that. But I mean, if you coming at me and I see what you're about, like, okay, we can do that. But I don't do the scaries. Like, he wants to do he wants to make a scary movie, and I'm like, y'all fuck around and I'll be scared for real. Like, I don't like the scaries. Like, and I've been trying to get to this haunted house, and we were supposed to go this year, and I just really don't want to go. Like, I don't know, because, and then he wants to watch scary movies. I'm gonna be fucked up all day. So then he gonna be like, oh, it's time to go to bed. I'll be up like thinking about the shit, looking, make sure the closet is closed. Like, okay, nope, absolutely not. I don't fuck with ghosts and goblins and vampires and shit.
No, that's right.
Okay, I can't do it. I won't do it.
Okay, so let's explore. Well, providing. I think we would all just agree off book. Like, providing is not a gender specific thing.
No.
So I want to talk about toxic femininity too a little bit before we get out of here. So what are things that you think could be toxic for females, for femininity? As far as like what does it mean? What does it mean when they say you should be a lady? What does that mean? Is there a specific guideline to being a lady, and should there even be one?
Because I grew up in the South, I know what being a lady should look like, and that's, you sit and you cross your legs, or you wear a little drape thing that if you're wearing a dress, you put it over your legs, and some people don't eat everything off your plate because you're not supposed to, and you say, you don't burp in public, you don't have bodily issues, you walk to the bathroom, and you do stuff like that. I mean, but so I know what it looks like, but I mean, as far as, you have girls, do you teach? I teach them to be respectful. I guess I'm not teaching them to be a lady. I'm teaching them to be who they are in general. So, if you have to burp, you're going to blow a kidney out. I'm not going to be like, you hold that shit in, you got a part, you hold it in. I'm like, if it happens to come, I don't deliberately just be like,
just like, mama, huh?
No, that's disrespectful. Like, no, we're not doing that. But if you happen to burp, you say, excuse me. You happen to fart, you say, excuse me. Like, you be respectful. I'm teaching you to be respectful. Not necessarily to be a lady. So, I don't.
What about you, Lady Tay?
Damn.
That's a good segue.
I think, I know my mom cooked the meals. She washed the clothes. She made sure the bills are paid. She earned her money, but there was a point in time where she did not work and my dad worked because he was like, you ain't got to work. I'll make enough for everything. So it was kind of like she had his meals made, homework done, baths, all that before he got home, made his plate, all that good stuff. And I don't necessarily see that as being toxic because I do that with him, but Rick does that for me because I'm the one that gets home late. Or if I'm like, hey, can you wash the clothes today?
But I agree, though, because your mom, with that situation, your mom didn't have to work. I guess the issue that I would see is when we both work 9 to 5s.
Right.
But then you come in as the man and you sit down and be like,
where's my slippers and pipe?
I do. When I first get home, I do put my stuff down, and I should go straight into the kitchen. Not because Verse not because Verse wants me to get into the kitchen, but I know that everybody has to eat.
Correct.
So, and then I do make plates, I do make lunches, which is a whole nother thing because I then fucked up and told the job that this is what I do. Like, they'd be like, oh, I don't cook. But I was talking to Miss Sharon and a couple other people.
Lord.
I'm working. I was like, okay, when I get home, I do cook, and then I make lunches. I make everybody's plates. I bring everybody their drinks. I do this, and then, I make sure that all of this is done. They be like, you cook almost every night? I'm like, yeah, unless I don't feel like it. And then I just feel like, Verse, you feel like cooking. But like, yeah, and then I make the lunches, and I bring it to everybody, and I bring everybody their drink. But if Verse is cooking, he does the same exact thing. Exactly. He makes all the plates. He makes all the lunches. He does everything. So... But when they was like, you do that for your man? Or do that for the family?
For my family.
But to get back on subject, like, I do it because everybody has to eat. But for the man, quote unquote, unquote, would expect us both to work 40-hour days at least. And then, or 40-hour days, for me to work an 8-hour day as you. And then for you to come in because you're tired and you sit down. But I still got to do the baths and the cooking, and that's what you expect. I don't think that's right, because I think that this is a partnership.
Correct.
Not, but if I'm home, if Verse was the only one that worked, I'm gonna make sure that the house is taken care of. Because if you're out there for 8 hours working, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
I'm not doing nothing with the kids. Look at mess, hair all everywhere. They dirty, house dirty. Ain't no food cooked, and then when y'all get home, I'm eating out the cereal box talking about what we eating for dinner. Like, what have you been doing with your day?
Right. The whole day.
Right, the whole
you ain't done
day.
shit all day.
Yeah.
You ain't tired?
Tired of breathing? Like,
what is
no.
what are we doing?
Yeah. I think it should be equally shared. I mean, of course somebody's going to do some more than the other. But we both out there busting our tails for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Whoever get home first, get it cracking. Get it cracking.
I agree.
Yeah, and I don't think that the toxic may come from just doing those things. I think it comes when somebody wants to believe or say that if you don't do these things, then you're not a lady or you're not a woman, or a real woman. Do this, do that, and third. And that was the thing too. At some point in time, men weren't supposed to be
in the kitchen, doing this. Real men do yard work. They don't do women's work, which is in the kitchen, in the house. Because my grandfather was like that. As far as with my brother, he would be like, "You are outside. You cut the grass. You clean the pool. You do all this stuff." But you don't help with kitchen work. You don't sweep no floors. You don't wash no dishes. You don't cook no food. And it's just like, it's different now.
It was different then. Totally different. It was a lot different.
Because he became a grown man, and when he was living on his own, he didn't know how to
do anything.
Right.
So it's like, you fucking him up.
I mean, men wasn't supposed to cook and all that stuff. I bake.
I love to cook.
So.
Yes, and they be bombed.
I love to cook. Especially for my wife.
It is so good.
So good.
I love, like, if you can, that's the quickest way to my heart. I'm like, you ate snacks? Let's do it. Like, I got this cake. For real. So this is mine. What'd you make for everybody?
Oh, yeah, that's what she do too.
I hope you know I took that cream cheese with me. Like, no, this is mine.
That was yours.
I took. They was looking to those. No, this is not part of the potluck. Excuse me.
No, that's not for you.
Over there. This is mine.
That's hilarious.
So yep, I love when Verse cook. I love a man who can cook. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want a man that can cook? But then you still have men who. You usually be like, oh, what are you, your woman knows everything about you, knows what you want to eat. So what do you do for her? And she be like,
I'm here.
Get your ugly ass out here.
I'm home every night.
Yeah. I'm with you. And it's not an incentive. Like, okay.
My pops and my stepmom, they had these two friends, and they both drive trucks. One morning, though, we had a party and they stayed over. So then the next morning, I was cooking, and when the lady came in, she was like, cause she know about Shantae, so when she know who Shantae, she met Shantae and all that. So
it was a while ago.
It was a good while ago. And so I was cooking, and she came in and she was like, "Oh, a man that cook? I bet you Shantae happy about that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know."
You damn skippy.
So then,
Yeah, right.
so then her husband came in after, like probably 10 minutes. He didn't know how to he didn't know how to cook nothing. Like he straight took, and they're older. And he didn't know how to cook nothing. I always think about nothing. He was waiting for her to cook and was just basically just pretty much sitting there watching her cook. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think I can do that.
So what if she die tomorrow? You just gonna be hungry?
You just gonna be
You're
hungry.
going to be Postmating and
You're gonna be Postmating
Uber
and
Eats
McDonald's.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I was like, dang, that's what made me realize, man, knowing how to cook is pretty good.
Yeah.
Very valuable. Very valuable.
Very
Yeah, man.
Before we fade out of here, this was a good discussion. I like having discussions like this. Oh, I wanted to ask this too. When we were younger, because this is starting to change now with the Me Too movement, like the goalpost is being moved, and probably I would say rightfully so. But the goalpost for men is being moved. The shit that used to be acceptable or we would get away with is like changing. When we were young, we used to. I was watching The Wood. The Wood is a totally different movie this day. Like this day and age, like the whole little, I bet you $1 you won't go grab a
Yeah.
like that's sexual assault. It was
Now-
always always sexual assault. But nowadays it's like, yo, that's the case.
Yeah. Like
It
you
sure
finna
will.
get kicked out this school now.
So I want to say, back in the day, did y'all have that when y'all went to school and stuff like that? Guys grabbing you or touching you or something like that? Did it make you like super uncomfortable? Like, was it the worst thing in the world? Is it like, you know what I mean? or back then, was it acceptable to y'all as much as it was to us?
I would say that it really, I mean, unless it got super
Like
uncomfortable.
just uncomfortable, yeah.
But I mean, if you in school, like I remember in middle school, we
Like if
would used
the
to
ugly,
run
annoying
from
boy was touching?
yes, we used to run from boys. Me and my best friend in middle school, as a dude, he had like this kind of a gorilla nose, was kind of pushed up, and you could always see like, and I used to be like, ew, like, but he used to like me, and he used to try to hug me every day, and I used to be like, no, and we would, me and my best friend, because he used to have this other friend, I forgot his name, but we used to call him Rafiki, because he had a lisp. He had some really big teeth. He had lisp. He talked like this, and they were friends. And I'm just like, y'all fucked up as a unit. And they both used to like us, and we used every single day. We would take off and run from. It was just something that we did. We knew that they wanted a hug, and we was just like, get your ugly nosed ass out of here, and you had to hug me. And then when they did catch you, they would hug you. You used to be like, but it wasn't like, oh, let me go and tell the teacher. It was like,
no.
you know,
Like, okay,
hands off me.
okay, you got it now. Get off me.
Like, get off me. You got what you
Hell
want.
off me.
Yeah.
Ugly ass. I'm running in tomorrow. Ridiculous. But no, it wasn't like. I guess it was just something that guys did. Like even what is it? Catcalling. It wasn't like, you know, like I'm gonna go call the police. It was just like some people just be like, I'm looking at the eye and they hate me. Okay. And some people just be like, whatever, y'all thirsty, and kept it moving. But it wasn't like a huge thing. I mean, now if you see somebody in the alley.
Yeah, that's something
you know,
else.
it's like,
That's something else.
Yeah.
You know, but to me, I don't know. Maybe that was just the era that we lived in. Like that's just what guys.
That's what they did.
But I mean, nowadays women be catcalling. I catcall the shit out of verse all the time. We were coming out of the. I forgot what restaurant we were coming out of, but I had lunch with him while he was at while he was working. So he had a break, and so we had lunch together. So he parked because he was driving this huge ass truck. So he had to park on the other side of the parking lot because he had to park this big ass truck in the parking lot. So I was like, okay. So we said bye, and then I saw him walking. So I had came around. I was like, yeah, yo, blue shirt. Yo, what you doing over there? Look at all that ass back there. Just shake one time real quick. He was like, I got a woman, but where she at though? Where she at? Yeah, like yo, that number though. And then there was this dude who was walking, and he was looking. He was like. And I was like, yo, like, what your woman don't know won't hurt her. You eat them digits though.
Yes.
Shake it for me one time. I
I was like, you have kids in the car with you.
They not yours, so don't worry about that.
I know you had car seat. I was like, you have car seat in the back of the car.
Yeah, I was like, don't look at that. They not yours. You ain't got to worry about that. I can't call this. I do it all the time. I know I be embarrassing his life,
but you got to.
I do it
I do it.
real loud.
I sit next to him at the bar. I be like, what's your name? And he'll be like, yours. I be like, you damn right.
But I gotta do mine from across the road, though. I was like, yeah. Like, you over there with the big booty and the black shirt. What's up? And then people be looking around. I'm not talking about y'all. None of y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you over there with the beard. That's what I'm talking about. Hey. So I'll just be like, I'm so embarrassed. That's all right, though.
No, I love you.
You don't know that.
No, yeah. That you do that.
Like, I know. Make my whole day. I has to be so happy.
So you the same way? It was just those
It was
days?
just whatever. I think once people were talking about it more, then it was like a thing. Like,
But for the most part, they didn't touch too
no,
much,
it wasn't
though,
like,
you
I'm
know?
going to grab your titty.
Yeah.
Like now. It
Yeah.
wasn't like that. But I don't, like now with all this extra, he groped me and he grabbed my coochie and he turned it and
Yeah.
that's a little much. I'm going to need you to not do that.
I mean, back in the day, they had Freaknik.
Yeah.
Okay?
So it's
It
like,
was some situations going
and I mean,
on.
I can definitely see why they stopped Freaknik. Because, I mean, people were getting to the point where guys were kind of getting out of hand.
Out of control.
But I mean, Freaknik was something where, you know, freaky girls and dudes was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. But then I do remember that somebody said that some people started to get too aggressive. Like, they're just like, well, if you hear,
You gonna
then
do
that's
this.
you
Yeah.
gonna do what I say
Yeah.
do. It's like, no, not necessarily.
Like,
I still got rights.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, but for
Came
the
here,
most
fuck,
part-
didn't you? That's what y'all came here for.
But I ain't come here to fuck you.
Yeah.
I still got rights. I have to fuck you.
It ain't gotta be
It
you.
ain't got to be you. I didn't come here to do it to you.
Ain't it? But no, it was just, it was
the times.
Yeah.
Just the times. Okay. Do you think that this is a safe this is a better place that we're moving towards? A direction that we're moving towards?
It's good and bad, I think. I think on one hand, it's good because it does allow people to speak out, people who were afraid. But I do feel as though it could be bad because people are on the bandwagon. Some people just see it as a money thing. Like, you know what?
He
Such and
touched
such
me
did
too.
say hi to me that one day, but it was a little aggressive. So I'm just gonna say X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna just, you know, I see a big payday about it. And on another hand, it's like you raising some sissy ass people. Like sometimes you can't say
Anything.
nothing, and when you do, it's just like it's this whole huge
Just so
thing.
appalled.
I'm offended.
So
I am
appalled.
so offended. Like
Yep.
now you get offended because I have an opinion. Like I
Right.
can have an opinion, and I don't have to agree with you, and you don't have to agree with me. But
Correct.
that doesn't mean that I'm this horrible person. Like one time I saw this meme or something. Someone said like, "Oh well, I like oranges," and they just like, "Oh, you like oranges? Well, what about bananas and apples?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Really? I didn't say nothing about them. Oh, so bananas and apples, you know, they don't matter." I just said I like vitamin C. Like, that's all I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know, it just gives people more of a voice to have an opinion and shit on yours. So, I mean, I think it's good in an instance, but then there's a whole lot of that. It's unnecessary. So, I don't know if it's better.
How do you guys feel about consent? like, do you want your guy to have to like double check every few minutes? Are you sure this what you want to do? Because we can stop if you want. We can stop if you want. Like,
I think that's kind of ruining the movie.
That kills the whole. Like, no, now I don't.
but I gotta know now because you could go back and be like, "Yo, I didn't
If I'm
want
laying
that."
here
He only
naked,
asked me 7 times. He only asked me 7 times.
10 times.
He didn't ask me 10 times. It's a 10-time rule.
I think
Like,
I'm-
because
I
I'm
think
gonna be
I'm
honest,
good to go.
I don't ever really remember just with you. I don't ever remember with you just going like, "Do you want to do this?" Like, it was the
Verbally say
vibe.
yes.
It was the vibe.
Right.
You know if somebody's not with it anymore, though.
You can
as
tell.
well.
I mean,
You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell that if you're not with it. But like that's where it gets to the murky water, because it's just like, okay, you suck them off, but you ain't gonna fuck.
I'm gonna do
You
that.
know,
I'm gonna do that next time.
Okay,
Next time, I'll be like, are you sure you want to do this?
you won't get no ass. That's why you can, because I mean, if you to the point where y'all are ready to do it, and even if you are just like, okay, you know, we gonna do it, it's like, okay, motherfucker, let's go.
Let's do it.
But if you
Can I
keep
touch
on
it?
just being like, can I touch you there?
Like if you don't hurry up.
Like the fact that you get the fuck off me. Okay, we're done. The mood is over. And I don't want to bring it back. Like, get away from
I don't
me.
want to bring it back.
7
this is
strokes
ridiculous.
in, like we still good.
We feel okay? Like you ain't
crazy.
getting no ass. Like that is it. Like I can't get shit alone.
Look at us being toxic. Before we get out of here, I wanted to get everybody's quick opinion on Omarion and Lil Fizz situation.
What is on? Oh, wait, isn't he dating his?
baby
Baby mama.
Oh,
Do you think this is cool or no?
you sure you don't want to have somebody else, bro?
You think this is cool or no?
I really don't care because I'm in the same situation. I know the dude that's with my baby mama.
But were y'all like tight though? Like y'all
No, we were
like
real
as
cool.
tight as Omarion and Fizz?
I
would
don't
think
know
they
how
are.
tight they were, but
I mean,
They
shit,
were
they grew up together.
They was in
Oh.
the same thing.
They made money together. That's a
yeah,
fact.
you know what? Dang. Yeah, I don't know if that's cool, man. We wasn't that close. Wasn't that close. I mean, I know who he is, so that part don't bother me. But you know, it's what it is.
What do you think?
I think I don't.
Done with this chair.
You was a little squeaky. I don't know.
Squeaky, squeaky.
Really squeaky, like half the episode.
Like I could see the problem there, because that's just weird. Like you was just in, like you was in the same thing I was in.
Like I
Ew.
told you stories.
Like
about
I told
her.
you about that, and
Like,
now you
that's-
just
Like, I know what you mean.
Nah,
You like, oh yeah, bro.
Like we was that
But
close. Like I
now
was
she
telling
do
you shit.
this.
She did,
And she do the
tons.
turn with the leg
He
up, and you
came
like,
in
what?
already requesting some specific
Yeah.
moves and shit.
Yeah.
Nah,
No, you know,
You know,
Omarion said,
when you do the spin around with the leg up, you
"Yeah,
told me.
do
He
that."
told me.
Mari told me about
Yeah, no,
that.
he
one.
told me.
Like, no.
We was in
I
beef.
heard it was dope.
I want to try that one.
Honestly, though, I mean, I don't know. Because, I mean, on one hand, it's just like, I mean, to me, it's just like if you still have feelings for that person, I feel as though you may. But I don't know. I guess if I think about it, okay, if me and you weren't together anymore, would I want my best friend to be with you? And I can't honestly say if I want my best friend, if I let that slide. Because I would feel like, how long have you been plotting
Yeah.
Exactly.
to try to get some of these goods when we was together?
Right.
But then again, it's like if I don't give a fuck about you,
Yeah, if
you
I
can
don't
be
care,
whatever
then
the fuck
do
you want
what
to.
you
But I
do.
guess it would be the person.
But can you still be cool with the friend? I get where you could be at a point where you're like, well, they grown, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, whatever. Ain't none of my business, whatever. But can you still be
And look
cool?
at it.
No, we ain't going on
Yeah,
double dates or
like,
nothing.
we-
Like, we ain't doing none
I'm
of that.
cordial. What's up, dog? You know, we talk about sports. And then when I get my boys and I'm out, I'm out.
Yeah, like we not friends.
Yeah, like I
anymore.
know you.
Yeah.
I
know who you
honestly-
are.
These niggas got to go on tour.
Yeah. They was
Like,
chasing
oh yeah,
the
I gotta
bag.
go call my girl.
Shout out to Omarion. He is not phased, or at least he's
Publicly not paid.
publicly not phased by the situation.
But I'm sure at
And
one
he
point.
ain't trying to go overseas with
I'm-
y'all. He was
Yeah,
like, fuck that.
honestly, I don't.
Lil Fizz
I
about to
don't
get a
know.
little fade.
I don't know if I would be. I mean, if it was my best friend, like my ace, and then dating you once we stopped talking, I don't know if I would be cool with that. It would make me look at her sideways.
differently. Yeah.
It's like, you know, but I mean, then again, it's like, it depends. Like, I guess it's a lot of variables that will make it be it depends kind of situation. But right off, but probably not.
Nah.
I probably feel a certain kind of way. Just be like, you a trifling ass bitch because I feel like you trying to fuck.
I think he was plotting the whole time.
Yeah, like you was plotting. You was looking
And
at his
that's
ass.
why
and
you
I was
don't
just
tell
like,
they ass
I love
shit.
that ass. And in the back of your mind, you was like, yeah, me too. Like I don't know. So
Yeah, I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy, man. I think that I think there's plenty of men and women in the world to where you don't have to double dip.
Nope.
So what if it was just ass though? Like what if he just smashed once or twice and it's like we're not together? Is that still a problem?
I don't know. I just think a certain.
Like if you had a friend and then they smashed.
I'm not fucking with my homie's baby mama.
No, but I mean, like
Why?
if you had a best friend and you was with a girl and then you not with her no more and they just hit and that was it.
Yeah,
Is that still a problem?
started.
Probably not.
That wouldn't be a problem.
Probably not. I mean, at the end of the day, they grown. They could do whatever the fuck they want to do. I'm not gonna try to stop them from doing what they want to do. But I don't think I could be cool with my homie
them, yeah.
like that no more.
Even if it was just smashing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I can dig it.
like I said, there's plenty of women in the world.
Yeah.
I can introduce you to some. In fact,
Like you can't mess with that
Like-
one though.
like it's like I said, to me, that's off limits.
Yeah.
Like my homies, baby mamas, or ex-wives or whatever. That's not something that.
But then again, I don't even look at you that way from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's just like if I
Right.
looked at you as bro, and then now that me and such not together, and then now you just like Simone, ew, that is incest. You still bro?
Like,
Ew.
yeah,
Get out of here.
do none of
Bro,
that.
He
Honest,
obviously won't bro no more.
Yeah, obviously.
Like no, I can't. I don't do the incest thing.
No thanks.
She had the lead singer and thought she'd go for the rapper. Rapper of the group.
Who's next?
She trying to knock down the whole B2K.
I'm saying.
Bump, bump, bump.
But I mean, from my understanding, like she was really trying to, she was really trying to make it work with him, and he just wasn't ready for the relationship.
Who, Omarion?
So, yeah, because she was trying to be with him, and like really, and I think he called it quits or he pumped the brakes, and I don't know how her and Fizz got together. I just saw it one day, and I was just like, wait a minute, didn't she used to date him? And so, but then I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that shows how much I knew
had
about
2 whole
B2K because
kids.
I didn't even know who Lil Fizz was at the time. And then I was like, B2K. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Little curly
I
top.
I
Little
remember.
curly top.
I remember.
Well, damn, we should leave with love, right?
Leave with love.
You want to begin?
Sure. I don't know. I just love the way that you're easygoing. And I think I was talking to folk about this the other day. It was just like you're very easygoing, and you don't take too much to heart. And when you are like, you're very passionate about things, but you're easygoing. You allow people just to be themselves, and you allow us to be ourselves. And we know for a fact when we have definitely crossed a line with you, because your feathers aren't easily rustled. So, and I just really love that about you, because I know that I'm normally the aggravated one, or something that got on my damn nerves. We both can't be aggravated all the time. But,
Not at the same time.
No.
but I really love how you're just easygoing and you know how to tame the beast that is me. So I appreciate that. I love that about you.
Thank you. I love the newfound compromise and understanding that you have. Like, there was recently, and you know what I'm talking about. There was recently, I was going to ask your opinion on a specific opportunity that's given to me and a group of people I work with. And remember, I told you that I
Touch
knew.
on it a little bit.
Touch on it a little bit? Okay, so on Mondays I work another show here called Live with Marlon and Chief. Check out Live with Marlon and Chief every Monday night. Go on the Facebook page, Live with Marlon and Chief, okay? Chief is spelled CHEEF. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was
Oh,
just
plug.
letting them know how to, you know what I'm saying?
How to
You know, just
find
in
it.
case they was confused
plug,
about
y'all.
how to find it, you know.
One of your well-oiled machines.
Yeah, another one of them.
Another one.
I
And
know.
another one.
Another one.
Hey.
Gotcha.
OOB?
But we got an opportunity. We got an opportunity to work partner with a club, a gentleman's club. So broadcasting from a gentleman's club once a week, I was like, yeah. So wifey probably not going. She's probably not going to go with that. Like that's not going to work. It's not going to work. She's not going to just have me be around ass and titties all night. So I called her just to, because one of the things that I'm supposed to be working on in our relationship is giving her the opportunity to react her own way without just saying that she ain't gonna like that. So anyways, next. So I gave her opportunity and she was like, oh, well, yeah, if you making money, then, what else? Go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
When I say that he was quiet on that phone, he was just like, wait, what'd you say?
Shock.
He had me
That's
repeat it.
pure
That's
shock.
Only because my thing about the whole situation is, one, ass and titties nowadays is to anybody's disposal. You can go on your phone and type in Pornhub and see all the ass and titties that you want. If you want to see it, you can see it. And
Plug.
two, you don't have to. You don't necessarily have to go to a strip club if you want to cheat.
True.
Like,
you can go
know,
downstairs.
You can go wherever it is. You can go to the corner store. You can go anywhere. I mean, there's always going to be someone at any point in time that's waiting and willing and able to cheat. So I don't see, if you go to a strip club, you're automatically going to cheat. Like, no, some men look at, a woman who's stripping and just be like, nah, I would never fuck with you because this is what you do. Like, you a hustler. You trying to get me for all the money that I got and trying to sell this fantasy. So, they would just be like, oh, well, you are a fantasy, but I wouldn't necessarily want to touch it or whatnot. So, I mean, I didn't see it as, you're around ass titties all the time, then that's just what it's going to be. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I feel as though, if anything, it'll either strengthen the relationship or you're going to fall victim to the, what's the word I'm looking for, to the fantasy that is in front of you and you going to fuck up. And then in that case, I'm out. So, I mean, do you want to play Russian roulette on Delicious? If that's the case, then, maybe our shit wasn't that strong from the beginning. So I just wasn't, I was phased. I was just like, just make sure you getting your paper, though.
Right. I feel like they go. They know what to do and what not to do.
Exactly. And you don't need me.
I don't need me to be, what you doing now?
Yeah.
What you doing now?
That's true.
What is that noise? What?
But
Who is that voice?
But still, like, what's right and wrong. Like, you
you
can't
know,
now
you're
have a
grown.
newfound friend,
Like,
Desire.
I just forgot.
Yeah, and Desire hitting you up.
What if I come out and be like, yo,
4:15.
I got my plug. You don't have to do the plug, the drop no more for me. I got it.
You don't have it, though.
I don't have it. It's right here in my phone.
No, you don't. Because you're going to delete it voluntarily because that's not the plug that we're going to use. So whoever that was, thank you, but we're not using
Your
that.
services are not needed.
You're
Yeah.
not wanted.
Y'all gonna get a creamsicle opportunity.
Exactly. And then on top of that, we're going to have a podcast because I'm going to want to know why you thought that was going to be okay.
And we'll be here to mediate.
You're going to want to delete
We're going to
this.
be here to mediate.
But no, I mean, I'm not a very insecure person because I just feel like if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Whether I'm checking your phone, whether I'm doing whatever. And I'm too grown to be on that I'm going to check your phone type stuff. But I mean, like, if you all of a sudden have creamsicle hitting you up at 4:30 in the morning, we're going to just be like, all right, like, you sure you want to do that?
You want to do that?
As long as you sure.
What if I was like Cardi B stripping? She's stripping tonight.
I don't give a fuck.
You just don't care.
I don't.
Okay, but
you don't be. I'm like, oh.
But I want to finish.
That's probably one of the times I'm gonna have to come down to the club because your ass will drool.
I'm gonna do my job. And that's all. Okay.
Okay.
But anyways,
Exactly.
I'm
Moving right
trying to finish
along.
my leave with love. Okay,
go ahead.
But I'm loving the newfound understanding and support for the things. It's new.
I've always supported you.
No.
Don't
But the
put that
understanding,
narrative
like,
out
you
there
would,
that I support guys.
you would not let me do something like this in the past. At least I feel like.
But then again, you was a different motherfucker in the past.
That's true.
Like you was a sucky ass nigga for at one point in time. Like,
But your
very
understanding,
different now.
your understanding is a little different too, and that's partly because I'm a different person. But I'm giving you props right now.
But I appreciate that. But I'm just letting you know that my understanding is able to be different because you are a different person. If you was still that nigga from back in the day, then absolutely not. Because then I'm have to go do the phone, and then I'm have to cut a few bitches and blow a couple holes up, and then I'm be in jail or at least running.
Or at least running.
Catch me by the terror. But no, because you are the man that you are today, and who I've been working for, it's very easy just to be like, do you? I don't have those insecurities or those worries anymore. It's nothing. Just make sure you get paid. You guys turn. Leave it live.
I love that you make me laugh. Because you know I be on the struggle bus when I come home from work and I need some comic relief. So I love that you can make me laugh and forget about them hard ass 12, 13-hour days and an hour commute.
Yep. Because I know y'all work a lot.
It sucks.
Yep. Mine would be, there are times where if I'm not really going through something, but if I just had a rough day at work, sometimes I just need that bubble. I don't want to be really, like, I don't even want to talk. I've been talking all day. I don't want to talk. Stuff like that. You give me my space when I need my space. And then once I'm done and processed, then bam. Yeah. Then we chilling again.
Yeah, he will put the headphones on your ass and hook him up to the PlayStation, and you don't hear nothing. It's and he just like, oh, okay,
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's great. That's the best way to play.
Yeah.
No. Because sometimes it can be real quiet, and you just be like,
he be like, oh,
and you go
like,
looking.
She looking. I'm like, oh, there. Okay, well, let me go. Play my game on my phone. Let me play my game on my phone. Okay.
I mean, I gotta hear the footsteps though.
Yeah, he's like, I can really hear it really good.
I can.
With the earphones on. Okay, I bought you the earphones, so it's fine.
Black Ops be bomb.
Decompress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a space.
Yeah, the footsteps.
Gotta hear them.
Okay, well, that is all.
This has been very fun and amazing.
Definitely.
As usual. Yeah. So let's get up out of here then. I am VA Verse. Across from me is my wonderful, beautiful wife, Z, and the throwers are in the building with us.
Thank you for coming out, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Listening to For Better or Worse.
Peace out.
Hey.
Hey.
That's good. You didn't cuss them out this time.